Everybody wants to be an astronaut. Take the long, tall train to the sun.
Hello everyone, and welcome to more action from the Golden Path Internationals. I am your host and commentator, the BlackShadow, so of course being sponsored by Unfussable Narrative. If Group B is the so-called Group of Death this tournament, then Group L, as we're going to be featuring today, is probably Europe's best response to that. A massively stacked table here, featuring some very, very capable players here, including zazibu, who is going to be featured today, who is, as it stands, the highest-ranked player on the ELO system. And with that, admittedly, does come a bit of expectation, perhaps going into this tournament, expecting to go some distance. But a lot of very good players in this. Unfussable themselves, also in this group. CroCosta, SALO, Okko, Timor, James, and you got Franked, all very, very accomplished players. And as such, I think this is going to be a very, very tough group. I think anyone that makes it out of this one will feel pretty happy and think that they can go some distance in this tournament. So this could be a pretty high-level competition. But I also wonder if there might be a bit of ring rust from some of the players here. Yeah, CroCosta, so I haven't seen as much of them being able to play recently as perhaps they would have liked. So we'll have to see how things go. Maybe they might be caught off step at the start of the game. We'll have to see. This should prove to be a fascinating contest nonetheless. Alright then folks, so here we go. Group L action is beginning. So we'll be joined here by Okko, CroCosta, zazibu, and SALO Solomon. Group L featuring players many from Western Europe, as well as the UK, which I know SALO is a member of. So, let's go give ourselves the... Whoops. That's not what I meant to press. Sorry everyone. I'm having to host the board today because they're having some connection issues, which is causing some lag here. So, let's look at the row here first. So, we've got Treachery, big 6 coster up and earlier. That's going to be very, very tempting to get hold of here. There is some unloading available as well with invasion ships, so definitely some synergy there. Flagships as well, detonation, so a very combat-heavy looking focus here. Landing rights to get more use out of your shipping, assassination, Sardaukar, even Test Humanity as well, not bad too. So, lots and lots of nice options here available to the players. Okko has picked 4th, so it will be CroCosta to pick first for blue. So some of our leaders here as well. Beast looks pretty tasty. No Baron, no Tesia as well. So a lot of interesting options to come here. Yuna, I suspect, will be picked probably later on. Her farm delivery could be pretty good. I strongly expect we'll see a Baron pick at some point or another. Helena probably will be picked in 4th and has done so. I think all the leads are good. I'm not going to lie, folks. I'm actually not even that against a Paul Atreides game here. You know, just cycling, getting landing rights, testing humanity, even just cycling through your deck. Like, you can even go sword heavy, maybe go with treachery as well. Like, everyone here has some uses. I don't think we'll see Ariana. I don't think we'll see Memnon. Ekaz, this is an okay board for, but it's nothing too great. Beast will be probably picked in 2nd. I suspect we'll see Unit in 1st, or the other way around here, but we'll see. SALO Solomon is going to take Ilban. Helena in 4th spot there. Fairly safe, fairly standard, I guess. Not going too far off the beaten path. So we should see what we get. But yeah, definitely a lot of combat potential here. And I think the game is kind of just trending towards that. But yeah, no Baron, no Tesia. The fact is that zazibu and Okko will not be able to see them. Will make them wonder if one of them's already been picked earlier on here. So that might start complicating. This is the fun of hidden picks, is because you do not know who's been picked and who wasn't available. It starts complicating later on. It's hard. You start like trying to second guess players and trying to work out who it is you want to be taking. Picking leaders too, because, you know, normally you think like a Helena, so you'd go Ekaz and that, but you don't know Helena's there. Beast is taken. I expect Okko will take Yuna here. And does indeed do so. So here we go then. Group L is underway. Let's draw some cards. So, early starts here as I try and get my thing here ready. So let's have a look at some early cards here. So a lot of fun already going on in this one. I would wager. Let's move the board. All right then. So let's get ourselves underway. So here we go. So let's have a look at opening hands here. Yuna did not pull great here. It must be stated. She's got diplomacy, but no access to mining or shipping, so a bit awkward here. Bet we'll probably see a city access. Beast here pulls Seek Allies as well as his 2 daggers. I suspect we'll see Hardy Warriors barreling in. It is the Skirmish, is Influence and Spice here. One of the Beast's best, actually. So Hardy Warriors here makes total sense. He's going to look to win the combat, take Fold Space in the next round, and look to just take immediate access to shipping. Ilban picks up Seek Allies as well as a Signet Ring, which isn't too bad here. I expect we'll see Smuggling first from Ilban. Gives him 2 Solari. Which will be useful. And then Helena here pulls all her power cards now. So I would like to see Helena go Wealth. And then probably Mentat Signet Ring. So she gets access to all 3 cards if she wants to. She can also hold on to Seek Allies for later on. But I would like, or do it the other way around. But I would like to see Wealth here from Helena. I think this is a good opener. Looks good to me. And then you can Mentat. If you get a decent card like your other Convincing, you can put Treachery aside. I think that'll be pretty nice here. I don't think anyone's going to reveal super early here. I don't think it's going to matter if they do either. Yuna going Carthag with Reconnaissance makes sense. Pulls Advanced Weaponry. This will be strong later on. No use now. Doesn't have the slide for the Dreadnoughts, but that's going to be really good for her later on. Beast is going to win the combat. Has both daggers in hand here. So Yuna not getting dragged into the fight here. Pretty responsible. Beast doesn't really have a lot to do here, to be honest. I'm not against going Imperial Basin, take another Spice. He might go Tech Negotiations and try and, like, find his way to landing rights, perhaps. I have a funny feeling that Beast is going to go for this. I've played a couple of games with Zazibu, who is more than happy just to barrel into shipping. I mean, so they should. Shipping's pretty good in this game. So I suspect landing rights is going to be a high priority pick here for the Beast if they can manage it. And that's exactly what we see going on here. SALO up next. SALO's got Seek Allies. I suspect I would be going probably Steel Suits here. I think Steel Suits looks good. I don't know if I put any troops in, however. Helena to act less next, and she can always infiltrate. I would be probably staying out of this one. You could put in 1 troop to charge Helena, I guess. But she's likely going to probably go over the top here. So Helena up next. Again, I actually do like Mentat here for Helena. I really think it's good. If you Mentat into your other convincing argument, you can always just reveal for Treachery. That's a big card. And if you don't pull it, then it's not a big disaster. You can always, like, put... You've got to ring landing rights, I think, probably. If you see Beast go Tech Negotiation, it's very likely he's going for landing rights. So I would like to see this from Helena. It's committing to go Mentat early, though. People don't like doing that. She's going to go this way instead. Finds the dagger. So landing right's going to get pulled aside here, surely, to keep that away from the Beast. Landing right's a super good card for Helena, of course. Allies everyone means that she cannot be blocked from using it, and does put that aside. So bad news for the Beast. The Beast will be probably going Tessie Humanity. Bounty Hunter also turns up, though, but Yuna will be getting there first. Again, Yuna gets bonus, gets the extra slime, so that's 3 Solari for Infiltrate. That is significant money. Really, really good for her. So a fantastic card for her to find. Helena puts in the 2 just to get the Spice, you know. So Ilban charges the price. You know, 2 troops for a Spice is a bit expensive. So I guess I'm okay with that. Bounty Hunter should be taken. And takes Assassination Mission as well. Makes sense. Lady Jessica turns up on the row here. Massive card for Helena. She will be targeting that for sure. Truthsayer also in the row. Not so easy choice now for Beast. Like, I think Truthsayer, I might take that over a Tessie Humanity. I'm not entirely sure. I think both are pretty good. Obviously, landing rights was the plan. Tessie Humanity will be, I think it's okay. Opulence also in the row here. Lots of big point getters in the row here. So this is good stuff. Ilban for 4 takes Truthsayer, strong card, and then Helena has 5 and will be taking landing rights. Has 4 even. Will be taking landing rights, surely. I don't think... It's out the road. Landing rights isn't the bet. I mean, what else are you going to do here? Benedict Sister's all right, but you should be... Whoops. You should definitely be taking the landing rights. It does so. Combat's going to be resolved here. Zazibu will take the win. He'll get early access to shipping here, but Yuna's going to be able to get a lot more file deliveries out now with Bounty Hunter. That's going to really help here. So lots of chances. I don't think Zazibu's going to get access to this very long. There could be a real heavy fight for invasion ships, I suspect. I think this is going to be highly contested. Zazibu's going to want to get hold of that immediately. He's going to feel like he'll be able to get there, so... I don't see how Zazibu doesn't go Fold Space and Interstellar here. Can't see how he doesn't. It is Siege of Carfax, however, which is notable. So there is a victory point on offer here. So good compensation for the other players. Second place isn't too bad this early in the game. Spice the intrigue. It's totally fine. Is Beast Reborn considering selective breeding? Going for Lady Jessica? I think he is. Wow, that's a big commitment. I think he's going to do it as well. Oh, no, he's not. I think he was considering it. He was considering that. It would have been pretty gutsy, but this is the safe option. Ilban's going to smuggle and come down here. This gives him money for Swordmaster with his 2 daggers, so that's good for him. So he'll get that round 2. Really nice. Helena up next. Helena's got both her daggers. Unfortunately, a weak hand now with this here. So I would just be going... I'd probably just go City straight away. I'd go Carfax, I reckon. I think Carfax's fine. You could go Arakeen as well. You could also go Mentat if you want to go off the beaten track. But I think Carfax, get the troops in here, make a stand, get an intrigue, make yourself difficult to play against. This would be handy. Till the Victor turns up here. That's a real nice one here. She's actually probably going to get that to hit off immediately. That is a big draw. Real nice to get that free spice this early. Yuna's going to go selective breeding instead. She's going to go for Lady Jessica. Okay. Here we go. Fun has begun here. Also, maybe, worst of the worst, Bounty Hunter is an option. She's going to trash the assassination mission as well for the 5 Solari. So, a nice move there. Maybe also potentially prepping up for advanced weaponry as well. There's plenty of options here. See what she draws. Draws Bounty Hunter, draws Reconnaissance. That is enough for Lady Jessica. She can get there. I don't know if you just reveal for it, though. Like, you could go Arakeen, but 2 daggers are in there. 40% of the time, you don't get Lady Jessica as well. Depends. You could get greedy. Beast goes into Stellar. Ilban with the Swordmaster, as expected. Helena's got an interesting choice here of what you want to do. I don't mind Helena going, like, Haga Basin. Or Imperial Basin, get some spice together. She might go Mentat, though, as well. And she does opt to go Mentat here. She's going to hold off and delay. Finds landing rights. That's a nice pull. Gives City access, so Arakeen is safe. Yuna Moritani has a tough call here. You could go Arakeen, but you could get very greedy. You could go to Bounty Hunter to Carfax, probably win the combat. That's also greedy. It's tough. Or do you just reveal? Just going to reveal for Jessica. I can't hate this. I think this is fine. I think if you draw the 7, you've got to take it. Shifting Allegiances turns up here. This also cuts off the Beast as well from shipping, so pretty significant. Shifting Allegiances, Beast is going to take, however. That's going to be his insurance policy with that alliance. Big pull for him. Ilban has an action to go here. Ilban wants to get in on this combat here. How heavy does he want to go for it, though? Do you want to go... What is this? Whoa, now this is interesting. Ilban is punting up for opulence, I reckon. He's not even going to get involved with the combat. It's a freebie for Helena. Wow. Little surprise. Helena is also going to go there as well. She's going to take whatever one Ilban doesn't go for here. This is kind of weird. But this is where we're at here. Ilban decided not to get involved. Ilban will take opulence surely, which means Helena will be taking... Treachery, I would imagine. Dunkelor Blade turns up, but it's not as good for her. It's okay. I think Treachery's the way to go here. You want to be using that at some point to hit Fold Space and get the double bump and get your shipping online. Power Play also turns up here. Tons of Persuasion on hand. Pretty awesome. Helena's going to win this one uncontested. Gets to the victor as well, so she's going to feel pretty happy about this situation. Good value for her. Gets everything really happy here, so good stuff. Real result for her, and we're going to move on to the next combat here. Carfax as well. Carfax with Helena gives the extra value, because as Helena's almost always going to go there. She needs to take the point, and it scripts it. And you'll see that it scripts. There we go. CroCosta hasn't used this board yet, so he's unaware of all that fancy scripting we've got now, so... We're going to continue on here. Tons of spice available here as well, by the way, so... This will be an interesting third round. Beast has lost access to interstellar shipping, so he's going to be wanting to go to invasion ships immediately. Fine shifting allegiances, however, that's going to complicate this a little bit. Doesn't have much water, however, so maybe Signet Ring to Basin, perhaps? I don't know, we'll see. Ilban's going to go first. Ilban does not have any Solari. He can't go Mentat, so he'll go Wealth instead. See the plan there, but not going to be the case. He also wants to dominate Mentat use as much as he can here. I think anyone else is going to really get in. Finds a dagger. It's not really what he wanted. Helena finds treachery immediately. I think you just got to go fold space with that. I don't think there's anything to do. Diplomacy in hand. Signet Ring also in hand here. But I think treachery to fold space, just to get in the way here, feels like the play to go. What other options do you have? You could go selective breeding, but I don't really like it. Hardy warriors, I don't particularly like as well. It's sort through the chaos. It's not the best combat going. I think just getting the fold space and taking the 2 bumps there and getting in the way of the 2 players is going to be good. I don't think Ilban is getting to interstellar shipping anytime soon. So you're going to have more use of it than the other 2 players, and they're going to feel pressured to go for the thing here. Beast, by the way, is prepping up he's prepped up his shifting allegiances, which is curious. I would think Beast would want to be looking to go ahead and take the invasion ship super early here, so kind of curious. Helena is just going to go ahead and put a card aside for now. She's going to put aside power play? Looks like she is, so heavy influence going for Helena here. Wants to get some reveals out of treachery, I guess. Might still go fold space, we'll see. Yuna has to use fold space for the for that. She's just going to take the cash. So she's prepping up her Swordmaster. Also giving her funding for advanced weaponry. Finds Bounty Hunter. Big draw. Big draw. That is so big for Yuna. Bounty Hunter in her hands is so dangerous. Because there's going to be a lot of city access with Helena as well. Like, you're going to get a lot of money out of that. Here comes shifting. So he's going to use shifting to take the alliance, it looks like. He's going to drop Fremen. I looks at it, take the spacing alliance. Looks like that's going to be the plan here. And that is exactly what we see. I think I would have been tempted to like keep the spice for invasion ships. No one else is really ever going to get to it. And getting access to that's going to be pretty significant over the course of the game. But he's going to decide against it. Ilban up next. If Ilban wants to go Mentat, he still can. It's still available to him. I think I would do it as well. Signet Ring's kind of... Your hand's kind of meh. And you've got all your power cards to draw. So I actually like going Mentat here still. I think this is fine. It means you're going to have action economy over everyone else. You can maybe try and make a good punt into this. But he's going to go for the water. He's going to go for the spice in Paga Basin first. Keep away from Helena. I think this is also fine. You might still get Mentat by the end of this. It's very possible. We'll see. 4 spice in. If he doesn't put in troops, that suggests he's going to go to a city at some point. And he decides he's not going to. So I expect we'll see them in. Here comes Helena to fold space. She's going to do it now instead. So gets the double bump. 2 troops must go in. Treachery trashes itself on the spot. 2 troops into combat. She'll get some value for this. We'll maneuver on here. Yuna might go... let's go see. So Yuna's going to get in the Swordmaster now. I'd have been slightly tempted to go Mentat as Yuna. Then go Swordmaster. And then maybe like go to Bounty Hunter at the end. I think that would have been pretty cool. Beast finds Strong Arm for his Carthag trip. That's pretty nice. Also, he has the Alliance straight away. So he's going to go in here and look to try and dominate these combats. Early Alliance for him is pretty nice. Strong Arm's going to be pretty useful for him as well later on. Loads of troops going to be on hand here, so he's going to have a lot of use out of that. I don't think I put in all 5. I think 4 was okay. Ilban will be up next. Ilban should be going... He declines Mentat. He decides against it. He's just going to put in the Arakeen draw here. Finds convincing. I guess it's okay. I'm totally fine staying out of this combat. I think Yuna's likely again. He's going to put in the 1 again. So, again, charging admission to Yuna, not getting the 2 slurry for free. He's going to have to pay for it. Yuna reveals for 4, taking power play. And then Yuna again, like, you know, Bounty Hunter's right there. Should definitely use it. So, Helena getting more money out of this, by the way. Free Solari for Yuna, which is pretty significant. Finds Ambush as well. That pays for the Dreadnought, so that is basically on the house. Very nice. And can look to take this away from the Beast, and will do so. That is going to be annoyance to the Beast. Beast has one to buy. I don't think he'll go infantry. I think he'll just pass. Ilban revealing for free. This troop doing nothing. Bene Gesserit's Sister looks alright here. There's some decent cards. Freighter Fleet's there as well. Spy something you might find some useful. There's some okay stuff going on here. Liaison's also not that bad. You've only got 11 cards, so I think there's a lot of options. Depends what way you want to go. Ilban at some point's probably going Spiceless Flow, but I would probably take the Gesserit's Sister here. But that's just me. Takes the Liaison instead. Yuna will reveal for the extra sword to take the Conflict. Has free to buy as well. I suspect we'll see a Freighter Fleet pull for Yuna. May go Sister as well. But I mean, no one else has got to reveal. So take Sister instead. Winning Way turns up here. Very funky card. Allows you to take an immediate turn after the first one. But that's going to be good here. So Okko wins the combat. We'll have Mentat next turn. Must also place their Dreadnought somewhere. 2 Solari and a Intrigue for Beast. Not quite what he was after. A reminder for the player to put their Dreadnought somewhere. People do have a way of getting it. Yuna finds Urgent Mission out of her pool. That's really significant. Master Tactician for Beast is okay. Urgent Mission's a big one. They'll be looking to go double Interstellar Shipping at some point with that. Very good. Ilban finds Opulence in their hand. He needs the money for it. Jessica in hand for Yuna. Jessica, I'd say, possibly early favourite in this game. Looking really good here. Helena's going to get in front, of course. Up and down. Curious to see where Helena's going to start putting her influence. I don't think it's worth going for spacing. So maybe Fremen? Bene Gesserit? You could make a push for Emperor, I guess. I think you can go either way here. I know, it's interesting. I'm not entirely sure you can put it. It does go Emperor. I don't hate this at all. So Yuna's going to be up next. Yuna has access to Signet Ring. Her Farm Delivery is online. She has 7 Solari, which is really good. So she might look to use this now. And it looks like that's what's going to happen here. She's going to go smuggling, getting ready for Interstellar next turn. And Farm Delivery will be played here, so we'll get a bump somewhere. Now, does Yuna want to put pressure on the Beast? I don't think that's going to happen. I think Beast is going to be fairly safe where he is here. I don't think anyone's going to really trust. It also keeps Beast away from it going shipping this turn as well. And she does bump with the throwing axe, which is fine. Tessieman is now played. So every player in clockwise, officially, must go around and discard a card or a troop. No troops in combat, so everyone must discard a card. It is officially done clockwise. It is stated in the FAQ, I believe. So players have to be a little bit cautious of that. But, you know, at the moment, it's not really going to make a big deal. So Ilban up next. Ilban wants to get his money together for Opulence. So, but it's really difficult for Ilban here now. I actually don't hate a Conspire from Ilban. Gives you some troops in garrison. Gives you plenty of money for Opulence. And also just, I mean, it's a little awkward, this. But I actually don't hate Conspire here. I get the intrigue as well. Having 1 compared to none is really significant. I'm surprised he got rid of Dune Desert Planet and didn't, like, keep hold of that instead of convincing argument. I'm a little surprised about that. I would have liked to have kept the option of place for your agent. Because you want to be revealing Opulence. We'll see where Beast goes. I think Wealth looks like it happened. It does find the Conspire play. I like it. Really like it from SALO. I think it's a good one here. I think this is a nice move for the money. Finds Machine Culture. It's going to be a bit tricky, I think, to get the free text for the endgame point. But, you know, can go a load of spice at some point. Great flat, maybe. Great flat, by the way, accumulating. No one has the second water here, so that is totally open to players here. No one has actually the seats tiber, so it's got to be still suits. Spice is accumulating. Yuna's going to go ahead and grab the spice first. I think selective breeding might be coming here from Jessica, from Yuna here. We'll see. Doesn't put the troop in. Beast up next. Zazibu also, I noticed he has a habit of putting his cards down. Some players do this. What they'll do is, some people just find it easier to put their cards and how they think they're going to play their turn. There is one or two people that will kind of like use that, and there are a couple players who will do that to say they're going to make it, and then knowing they're going to reveal or whatever else. You do see some things here. That's very, very limited, but some people just find it an easy way to plan out their turns and think what they're doing. I personally don't do it. I don't think it's necessary. But some people find it useful anyway. So, having a dig through his deck here. I think Beast is considering selective breeding here. Judging by the hunting through the deck here, he will not be drawing into anything there. It's a good chance to go selective breeding. You've got a decent persuasion hand. Problem is, the row is kind of nothing too pricey. Dunkelmore Blade at 5 is about it. I think there was also plans for Beast maybe to go to Imperial Basin and conspire, I think, himself, but that has been scuppered. So Beast is going to have to reformat here. I think selective breeding is okay. It's not great here, but I don't hate it. The problem is your ring is in here, shifting's in here. The cards to draw are not great, I don't think. Have a look what's in here, if I can ever click the button. So, he's got a dagger to come, and he's got his other Dune Desert Planet card to come as well. Sorry about that, everyone. So, it's not a great set of cards he's drawing into. But I don't really see what else there is to do here. You could go Steel Suits, I guess. But I don't really like that either. I think Conspire was the plan, though, and he was going to strong arm it to get the bump there and call it a day. So Zazibu in a bit of a tricky spot here. No tech access either. He would if he goes to selective breeding, but then he wants invasion ships. Like, he really wants it, and I don't think he can quite get there. So I think selective breeding is going to be the pick, and it is indeed. He'll trash a dagger, I would assume, and we'll use his other dagger, I think, for like tech negotiation. I think it's what we'll see, but I don't know. And there goes the dagger, indeed. So Ilban is going to be up next. He will get, he can Mentat, even though there is no Mentat, he can still pay for it for the 2 cards. That is still totally legal, and he does so. He's got not much else to do. Try and just get a half-decent reveal. Does have 5. Could go Duncan Loyal Blade. Could be of some interest. Helena has an action to go. It has to be landing rights. I guess landing rights to Carfag can't be bad. You know, just get those intrigues going. I don't think drawing's doing much for you here. I also don't think that revealing's any good. So just Garfag, I think this is fine. Gets you to a coin as well. Finds calculated higher. This will be good later on to try and keep this away from Ilban towards the back end of the game here. For now, I don't think it's going to be too useful. So Yuna Moritani has Jessica in hand. The question is, where's Jessica going? I don't know. I'm kind of unsure. Just going to hit secrets. Okay, I think this is fine. Find second wave. That's not a bad one. That'll be good later on for all the shipping. Unfortunately, this means she's drawing 2 cards. So the only problem with this is it means now, Jessica, you're not going to see her for some time because you've gone into your discard. So that's a problem. And yeah, Beast's just going to go tech negotiation. He's arming up for invasion ships the moment he can find it. Definitely that's the plan there. Back to Ilban. Ilban has an action, in theory. He could go High Council. And you know what? I actually don't hate High Council here for Ilban, but decides against it. It's just going to go ahead and take Opulence. I mean, Opulence point, yeah, I guess that's a good point. Yeah, why would I go High Council? You need the Opulence point. So nowhere else to go. So this is fine. Takes the point. That's 5 to buy. By the way, Helena is going to win this combat unopposed. What is going on? Should be on 2 Solari. That is fine. But yeah, Helena wins this just completely unopposed. Crazy. Double Blade taken. Wow, Guild Ambassador turns up here. Beast would love this card, but Yuna's got to get in there first, surely. Yuna has to get in there first. Helena with 2. I don't hate Freighter Fleet. You've got landing rights. I think Freighter Fleet's a reasonable complimentary card. Guild Accord turns up for Beast. He'll take that instead. He'll be okay with that. So I think Yuna has to take Guild Ambassador. Has no more action. Oh, does have the Mentat. Wow, okay. So Yuna has Mentat, but she's got nowhere to go. She has no options, so she has to reveal. She's out of locations. I think she has to take Guild Admin here. Gotta deny that to Beast. If Beast goes Guild Accord, so be it. Oh, no! Oh, you can't be giving Beast Guild Admin. And she does. Well, well, well. I didn't expect that. Oh, Zazu's not turning Guild Chief Admin down here at all. I think that's a mistake. Don't like that. You're giving Beast points there. He doesn't need that. Weirding Way can also afford as well. I think that's... Yeah, I think that's a miss from Yuna. I don't like the liaisons throw. I don't think that's good enough. I think you had to be a bit more incisive there. Don't like it. Well, Yuna's gonna win. Helena wins this uncontested somehow. I don't know how she gets 4 spice. Give herself 1 too many there. And dispatch an envoy, pretty decent there. She'll be happy for 1 troop. That's fantastic value. All right, then. Next round, then. It is Yuna to go first. Yuna pulling a bit of a awkward hand. Cloak and Dagger is the combat here. This will be heavily contested, I reckon. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of fighting for this. Beast finds Guild Ambassador immediately, along with shifting allegiances, so that's a bit awkward. He will not be able to do both. Yuna's going to take Mentat straight away and kind of hold fire. Finds Diplomacy. Good card for her. Hold on, Yuna? Oh, Yuna didn't have access to interstellar shipping. Unlucky. Had no access to interstellar shipping, so Beast is going to get a bonus here. He wasn't expecting that, and then he can use this and probably take the spice, and that's going to help fund. He has to decide he can't do both shifting and Guild Ambassador. It's basically impossible for him to get both, so he's got to make a decision which one's more valuable here. And I would say Guild Chief Admin is probably the more valuable now. You can't even say go add Ambassador to like Mentat and take like the bump there. So I think I would just be keeping shifting for the 2 reveal. Wormrunner is also on deck, which is not bad for you. Guild Accord there is a huge card for you if you can find your way to it. Cannot believe Yuna let Guild Ambassador go there. I think that was worth the denial pick. Even if you just use it to get a couple of spies here and there. I think that was a mistake. So Zazu just decided which way he wants to go around this. He also has to decide if he wants to buy tech. He can buy invasion ship spies. He can go up and down, take the spice, and use the -2 to get hold of... He didn't have to take, but he's got 2 negotiators, so he can go and get invasion ships now, and I would be 100% doing this. Zazu getting... His life being made a little bit easier here, I'm not gonna lie. But he's got to be a little bit more incisive here. That might come back to haunt them before all is said and done. Beast Raban is ignoring fold space. Now, what's going on here? What is going on here? Wow. Decides to just take the troop out to take the Hardy Warriors point? And just ignores... decides to not take Interstellar Shipping. I'm very curious to that decision. I don't like that. I feel like the Beast is trying to get everything at once here. And I don't think it's really on. He's going after Hager Basin is what he's doing. He wants to go Hager Basin to shift as well as find Guild Ambassador. And Ilban's going to get right in the way there. And that's a good move. I like that from Ilban. He's got the troops as well. He can put them in. That's a nice block play. I like it from Ilban. Good stuff. It's going to annoy... The thing as well with the still suits, it's too slow. I think it's too obvious what you're doing as well. It's just that there is 7 spice at Great Flat, by the way, which is insane. Unless Beast is... Oh, no, I know what Beast's going on. Beast is going to Siege Tiber. So Beast is getting the double point. He's going to Siege Tiber for the second point. For the second water. And then he's going to use shifting. He's going to get a ton of spice, use shifting allegiances, and then get the guild chief admin bump as well. That's what's going on here. And I don't think there's anything anyone can do about this. I don't think there's any way for anyone to get the water here, looking at it. I don't see it. Oh, there is. If Helena could go Highliner right away, she could deny Beast. Wow, that would be a find. But she's not going to see it. Oh, it's a shame. If she could hide the Highliner, there's 7 spice sitting right there, but she doesn't go for it. What a shame. CroCosta misses it here. Beast is going to have a huge Merry Christmas here. Yuna, by the way, still does not have access to interstellar shipping, which is insane. Helena also turns down interstellar shipping to go Arakim. What is going on here? This is bizarre stuff. Yuna finally finds her way there with a Signet Ring. And now the plan comes from Zazibu. Helena had a chance to scupper it. Didn't see it. Has been fortunate here, has Beast. I think that should have been spotted by someone. And should have been stopped here. I think that is a miss there from CroCosta, unfortunately. And so, happy days, Beast. Being somewhat fortunate here. Players should be trying to get on top of him, and it's not happening. Orban's going to come next. Is that a bit critical? Maybe you could say it, but, you know, and it's easy, of course, me sitting here, but even in Helena's spot, like, the way I've always told it, when you see someone make a really weird move, they're after usually a very specific chain of events, and you have to look what's going on the board. To bypass Interstellar to go Steel Suits is just so strange, and get specifically that bump. It had to be for the water. It's the only thing that made sense, and Helena did have the chance to get in the way of that, but declined against it in the end. So maybe it's critical. You might disagree. And that's fine. But I think that one was seeable there. Helena doesn't go for it anyways. Moving on. So Ilban goes secrets with his Truthsayer. Picks up reinforcements. It's a really nice card. This good value. Free Solari for free troops to throw into combat. That's going to be good later on in the game. Helena now perhaps realizing the play here. What does Helena want to do here? Does she still want to go Highliner and make life miserable for Beast? No, she's just going to go... She's going to get invasion ships, is she? She could go flagships. She has it for 8. There is a negotiator there. She's got a lot of options. Flagships is there. Nah, just selective breeding. If you're going to do that, you might as well power play it, being honest. Yeah, decides against it. I think it's a little conservative from Helena. I mean, there's definitely chances to go be a little bit more expansive here. This feels a little conservative. And I think in these group stages, there's definitely value in going out there and getting stuck in. Yuna cannot believe that she's still got access into the shipping. She's like, what is going on here? Here comes the play from Zazibu. Again, it's been allowed, but so be it. So we'll be able to... What does he wants to do here? If he drops spacing for somewhere else, he's going to get a Rude Awakening. He will lose the Alliance. So you can't do that. I'd be tempted just to drop Fremen. And probably, like, just charge Bene Gesserit, I think. I wouldn't be against this. Or you could drop Bene Gesserit and take Fremen. You could go the other way. I think either's fine. I think both is good. You know you're getting the point from Guild Ambassador as well, which is pretty significant, and is going to go Fremen Alliance here, I think. No. Can they take the Emperor point? I don't like that. I think you can do this later on in the game. You can just secure that point. I'm not a big fan. I'm guessing the argument is later on he's thinking he can go shifting allegiances while visiting a city and get the extra 2 troops in that way. I guess that's what he's considering here. I'm not against putting these troops in. Not against it. You're kind of forcing the other players to get stuck in here when they may not want to. I think this is fine. You can always Master Tactician, pull them back, or something like that, or take the swords. You've got options. And the thing is now, Beast as well has now got all this spice, and he can use this for invasion ships and all sorts of stuff. Declines against it. Ilban is just going to take a spice here. Does he want to put some troops in? He's going to go ahead and use the spicy... Oh, he's taking invasion ships. Ah, okay. That's not a bad play. I like it. So a ton of troops in here. And he can afford it just. That is the wrong color. Let's go ahead and give him a hand here. Spy Satellites turns up in the deck as well here. That's going to be of interest to several players. So how much does Ilban want to commit here? I think this is worth fighting pretty heavily for. You've got reinforcements, back pocket. I think that's plenty. I don't think I'd put in that many. I think I would have just put in probably 4. I think 4's good. You are still concerned about Hardy Warriors, I guess, from Helena, which is a potential. But you've just counted reinforcements, I think. Helena a few times has decided to just not get involved. She's going to go Spy Satellites, I guess. Looks like she's going to go Spy Satellites here. Yep. That is exactly what we see. So she's going to take that. Beast would have liked that, but not a big deal. He's got shifting allegiances, I guess it's not a big deal. So Spy Satellites also taken. Minimic Film is the next tech available. Someone's going to grab that somewhere. Yuna's still with an action to go here. A bit of a freebie to wealth. Yep, looks good. Take the free Solari. Start working on that. I think that's fine. She wants the urgent mission to Interstellar and somehow doesn't have the ability to do it. It's kind of insane. 3 points for the Beast there. Again, life being made easy for Zazibu here. It's going to get him up to 6 points. On the track here. You can't see it up there, but it will be up there, the 6th point. There we go. So early lead for the Beast. Game far from won, but life being made more comfortable than I think it should be. Ilban up next. Ilban's got 4 to buy. I don't even think there's anything I'd particularly take for 4. And he does decline to buy anything at all. Maybe Weirding Way. Maybe, but Helena's going to keep on a power play. Not going to fire that off yet. 4 to buy herself. Does she want to buy like a liaison or something? She might go Weirding Way, actually. Yeah, and she does. Weirding Way lets you do a lot of funky stuff with Helena. When Weirding Way cannot be blocked in the day, so you've always got that potential there, which is really nice. Yuna's going to reveal, I imagine. I don't see her using Urgent Mission here. There's really nothing to do with it, so I think just reveal. Yeah. She's going to take all the swords. So not buying anything. She's going to try and win this combat. She can do it. Second wave would be good. No, she's going to take 3 here and buy another liaison. I do not like all these liaisons from Yuna. I really don't. Like, I just don't think she should be going down this route here. Does Yuna want to play both cards and still win this combat? She looks like she's going to. She's going to ambush, and she's going to second wave it as well. Okay, then. Zazibu won't. So she's going to go for everything here. But I don't like these liaison buys. I really don't like it at all. No, she's just going to use ambush and cycle through. If you're going to use one, use both. Don't like that. Not a fan. Ixion Probe is the find for Yuna. Secret Forces and Recruitment Mission, the finds for Ilban. Both of those really good for him, actually. Both very nice. And we're going to move on here. Some interesting plays, but okay. Again, I think players are playing a little cagey this game, all things being considered, and Zazibu profiting mainly. This game's there to be won. If someone can just find a couple of big turns, this game is there to be won here. Beast is going to go here. Beast can take flagships and should take flagships and will take flagships. That's 0.7. Life being me very easy for the Beast here. Ilban has opulence, so needs to find some money from somewhere. I don't know where he's going to get it, though. I don't see he's going to get that money at all here. He's in a bit of trouble, actually. And then finds full space, freighter fleet card. And Yuna's got this. Look at this hand from Yuna. Yuna's got 9 persuasion, but she almost can't play anything. Yuna might be feel forced to just instant reveal for the spice here. Yeah, this is really awkward. Really awkward here. And this is the problem. Like, you can say, all right, I've got all these liaisons. It's got me a spice afloat. Yes, but look at all the things that you're not doing here. So many things you're just leaving on the deck. So this is a problem. Ilbon's going to go Steel Suits. He's going to make a push here for the Alliance for the Fremen. And certainly he should do. He's got to try and do something about it. So, can put in 3 troops. I would put in at least 2. I think that's fine. Helena up next. I don't mind selective breeding from Helena here with Fold Space. I kind of like it, actually. You draw 3 cards. You might be able to buy Spice plus Flow. I don't think there's anything else in the row I'm that concerned about. You do know that eventually Beast is going to refine Test Humanity, if you're paying attention. So, obviously, Test Humanity, you're just going to get rid of your Freighter Fleet, I suppose. Whoa. I guess that I think she is still intending to go to selective breeding, and she's going to trash it, I guess. Don't like that. I think that's, again, a bit of a miss here. Like, you know, Beast has got Test Humanity eventually. If he's got it in this hand, you can discard it, and you can still trash it, and you get 2 uses out of it instead of 1. Surprised you did that and not Dune Desert Planet. A little bit of a surprise. Anyways, Fremen Bump taken. She's going to make a push for that track. I think it's the one for her to go for. She'll take the Mentat, which she should definitely do. I think this is good. So she's riding on getting selective breeding. If selective breeding gets interrupted, she's in all sorts of trouble here. Yuna can't get there, though. Yuna's going to go High Council. She has to do something. And that's saying, when someone plays a liaison to High Council, that tells you they've got not really anything else to do. So she's just going to probably pass and take the spice here. So Beast is going to be pretty... I think Beast is looking not bad for this combat as well. He's got flagships in the back pocket. Zazibu could run away with this. What does he want to do here? Got a million options. Loads of choices here. Even just in a city with test, diplomacy to like secrets isn't the worst thing in the world. You get your 8th point. You're gonna get troops in here. There's no question about that. So I actually don't mind secrets. Get your 8th point. I think that's fine. And then use Test of Humanity later when people have got like less options. I don't know. Could be interesting. I think I'd rather go that way around here. I think you just want to secure this victory point, call it a day. Mentat's gone. You've got no text to buy. I think I'd just be keeping it simple here. Take secrets and get the point. I think that's fine. I think you want to be saving Test Humanity for city access rather than using it for the Bene Gesserit here. So I think we'll see secrets, and he does agree. Just pretty straightforward. You've got a comfortable lead here. You don't need to do anything crazy. Finds favored subjects, so there's potential stealing going on there. That's also material for taking other alliances. That's kind of insane. It's coming together for Zazibu here. Here comes Hardy Warriors from Ilban. So he's going to obviously get this here. He's going to put them all in because he knows flagship's there. He has to protect the point. Even if Zazibu does run away and win this game, 2nd place is still valued at 3 points for the group, which is still significant. So players have got to keep an eye on this. And I have a feeling this game might descend into everyone just kind of fighting amongst themselves and leaving Zazibu to win the game here. I have a feeling it's going to happen. Helena does find her way to selective breeding. So she's going to get 3 cards here. It's a big draw for her. Test of Humanity is coming, though, so she needs some backup here. She's going to struggle to get this Spice Must Flow. She doesn't get there anyway. She is short. She can't get there. She is not available, so it's not going to make a big difference then. Yuna's going to go ahead and also get hold of Minimic. Again, kind of nothing moves here. Just kind of going Persuasion neutral for the Spice Must Flow. So I think if I'm Elena, I would just ditch the Dune Desert Planet card here and then look to power play something. Power play Wealth, maybe? I don't hate power playing Wealth here. Just take that Alliance. Now, we know the Beast has got firepower for it, but as Helena, you don't know that. It's kind of those weird ones where, like, someone doesn't really want to go first on the Alliance track, so they think they're going to get pursued here. So here comes Test of Humanity to Carthag, as expected. I'd be getting rid of Dune here. Dune is for sure. You've no use going to Dune here. I think keep everything else. You can't... There's no way you're getting to... You're not getting the Spice Plus Flow point. You've got to give up on it, Helena. Yeah, just get rid of it. I think that's the right call. Yuna must discard a card as well, which is kind of sucky for her. I don't know. Did she discard a card? I didn't see. I don't think Yuna has. Yuna's got to discard a card here. So that's the other problem with this plan here. By keeping Persuasion neutral for so long, it's going to cost her a Spiceless Flow. I don't think Yuna discarded. But players are going to realize she's got to do that. I kind of don't want to jump in here and say, did Red discard here? I think it'll be noticed later anyways. And if the players don't jump on that, so be it. Ilban's going to go for Wealth with Opulence. Realize he's just not going to get value for it. He's going to prep up Reinforcement to protect that. I think Red being told here, you got to discard a card. And Red's going to hate life. I think the fact that Green's hovering their hand over that sort of general area, I think it's Red saying you'll discard a card. I don't know. I really don't know. It's not for me to police. If it gets missed, that's on them. There's 3 of them and 1 of me. I'm here to commentate. I'm not here to enforce rules. It's a tricky green line. Yeah, and I think players look at the discard piles. I think this is saying Red's here. I have said to the players in the various groups, if there is a rules query, if we're commentating the game, we are here and we can, be asked questions on rules and such if necessary. Helena is going to go ahead and take the Carfag trip here. Finds Demand Respect. It's a nice card, but winning a combat's going to be really difficult here. Really tough. So she may not get any use out of that's the problem. I think it should be noted as well, is only getting 1 point currently out of Spy Satellites. She might end up going Spy Satellites, use Power Play at some point with the Fremen and just trashing Spy Satellites for the point. I don't know. Kind of unsure. We'll see. So, sorry for the quick break here. So, it has been chased on now so that Red did not discard anything for Tessie Manny. One of the agent box. Opponent must either discard a card or use deployed troop. Red did not have any troops in combat. And so has to lose a card. And it appears they did not do that. So the Spiceless Flow has been rescinded. And looks like they're going to still opt to... So just a little bit of confusion here. It does happen. They do have the agent action still. They don't have to reveal on the spot. Nothing else has materially changed. Although now they've pulled, they have pulled Worm Riders, but it's fine. We can always put that back and reshuffle the deck. That's not an issue. So it's up to them. But it has been missed. But it has been rectified now. So I'm sure people will say in the comments or typing out, oh gosh, she really didn't. But it looks like that has been rectified. So that's good. And it does happen. One of the very nice things of this board with all the scripting we have now is the fact that it looks like they're gonna carry on. One of the nice things of this game is that hello, okay, now that's gonna make things interesting for Beast here. There is Larsener's plans here. Helena, oh, I see it. Helena is intending to go to Interstellar Shipping, and she's gonna steal this alliance. Okay, then, but yeah, with the board, all the scripting really helps, but things can still get missed. So, Worm Run is taken for Yuna. Second Shifting Legions is going to come out here, which Helena will happily take. Baz Ambition also on the board here. Also pretty good, but doesn't have enough for it. So, Master Tactician is going to be played to get in front here and take the water, which I think is reasonable. Yuna has nothing to respond, but it's fine. Yuna will take the spice and call it a day. So, here we go. So, Helena... taking decisive action here against the Beast. Someone's got to do it with 8 points. Ilban wins the conflict. We'll take the victory point. We're going to move on to the tier 3s. Beast is prepared for it. And first up is Imperial Basin, which is vacant. So here we go. Wow. Helena actually finds her way to Weirding Way. She might even consider using that. A lot of options. Ilban's first will go Mentat, I'm sure. Ilban with a miserable hand. Really hideous. Beast finds Test again with his Signet Ring. But Beast is about to lose his alliance and doesn't have shifting, so can't immediately retake. Hello, hello, hello. All right, then. So how does Helena want to proceed here? Do you want to use Weirding Way now? Or do you just take the shipping? Do you want a tech? We'll see what the plan is. So here comes the steal. Does she take the tech or not? I think I would say no. And I would go down and up, thinking you're going to get Interstellar Access next turn. I don't think Holtzman's good enough for you. Sonic Snoopers, maybe? I don't hate Sonic Snoopers. I can go either way on it. It's a tough one. Depends how you see it. Your hand's kind of rubbish. So that kind of makes you want to go Snoopers more, kind of compensate mentally, I guess. But she's going to go down and up. I think this is probably the better choice. So here comes the Alliance steal. So that's going to be a kink into the Beast plans here. Clean that up there. So, and now the retaliation from Helena. Oh, and Helena's just going to lock it up with Fold Space. You know what? I like that. I think that's a really good chain of moves there. Kind of hate going to the Fold Space, but you're about to redraw into your deck. You know what? I don't hate that at all. Just straight denial the Beast. Keeps it away. I can't hate that at all. So I think that's a nice chain of moves there from Helena. Just securing it. Yuna up next. Yuna's going to go smuggling with Lady J. She's going to go up here, interestingly. So she's getting ready to go smuggling next action. What tech is she after? Is she going to go with Holtzman? I guess so. Looks like Holtzman's the plan. Beast is going to go Wealth, funding his flagships. Also, he has favored subjects, so he's going to look to win this combat outright. Is going to be the plan. I don't think Beast can end the game this turn. I don't believe. But again, kind of a weird move to see that. So I think it's people should be aware of what's going on here. Ilban now taking High Council, which makes sense. Does not have enough other reinforcements, but he won't mind now. Gives him Secret Forces. Has 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Has 9 with Recruitment Mission. Be just to see if he takes further actions, though. Back to Helena. Helena only has one more option here. So I think if you're going to put in troops, you do it now. I do not hate using Dispatch to go to Hardy Warriors here. Get a bump. I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all. Although you have got Spy Satellites, so it's not as valuable. Do you just go Dispatch Envoy to, like, Secrets or something? I don't know if you really want to redraw into your deck right now, though. Envoy's going to be Dispatched. I'd probably go Secrets, but she's going to go Selective instead. I don't really like this. I'd rather be keeping my... I don't know, you might draw some weird stuff here. Rapid Mobilization! Oh my gosh! That's a nice find. She has garrison troops here. She might use them now, however, and that's going to be a problem. She needs to almost wait and hope that Beast uses himself up a bit here. I don't know. It's going to be tricky. See what she draws. Draws landing rights and convincing. So, 6 to buy. Not really going to matter what she gets, probably. Yuna's going to go ahead and... Oh, she's going to use this to go smuggling twice instead. She's going to just do it now. You know what? I don't hate this. So, I can only assume she's going for... She's going detonation devices. Okay. It's on, everyone. It is on. War is about to erupt here. This might work for Helena. If she can hold off on... If she can hold off on rapid mobilization and use it next turn instead of this one, she can probably take it down because Beast knows he's in for a fight. He knows he's got to get stuck in here now. Here we go. How does he respond? He's going to use Test first, I would imagine. And does use Test first, so he's going to try and force cards out of people's hands. Not a big deal for Yuna. Not really a big deal for Helena either. And Ilban's, like, not entirely a fan. It means Ilban's going to have to take an action somewhere. Helena will probably just ditch Dune as well. I don't hate it. So, what's the plan here? What is the intention for Ilban? What does he want to do? Yeah, Ilban's not going to... Doesn't he put him in yet? He's going to keep him garrisoned. So, Ilban... Ooh, Ilban, what does he want to do here? Okay, that's interesting. Here comes the extra troops here. So that's going to take that alliance. Has to do it now. I think Ilban was considering invasion ships to Wealth there for a bit, but it's not on anymore. Could still do it. He's got to decide that he really wants to get the Spice Must Flow. He has 9 Persuasion in hand. So if he does go for like... And he can't go Arakeen now. So this is the question. Helena's got to wait. Helena has to be patient here and not fire in. She's got to wait here and hope this goes another round. And hope Beast doesn't win. And she needs Yuna to win this combat. Yuna probably... It's close if Yuna can win this combat here. It's very close. I'm fascinated to see how this is going to go here. If Yuna can find it to like go to like hang a base or something and get the spice and then use restricted ordnance and get the swords back that way, that would be awesome. It all comes down to Helena. Does Helena feel she's got to get... She's only got 12 strength. She can't win. So I think Helena's just got to shut her eyes and hope that Beast doesn't win this combat. Beast is going to have a ton of firepower, though. I think Beast probably is looking likely to win, though, so it's a tough one. Back to Ilban, however, for the time being. Ilban desperately wants Spice Must Flow. I wouldn't blame him for just revealing and taking the point here. Gets him to 7. Does he think 7's enough for second place here? He's behind on tiebreakers to Helena. She's got more spice. So right now you're at 3rd. I think you've probably got to do something. What's going to worse? You go secrets, I guess. You're going to get your point still. I don't know. It's tough. You gave up Arakeen here, which I didn't like. You gave up Research Station, which I really didn't like. Going for a couple of spice here. What's going on here? This is interesting. Curious move. See what Ilban's got planned here. I'm not entirely sure. Secret Forces is going to be used. He's going to put them in. Might as well. This is a horrible spot for Helena. Like, she wants to rapid mobilize, but there's no point. She can't win. She's got to just hold off and hope that Beast doesn't win this game. It feels bad, but it's where you're at here. It's going fishing. Finds negotiate withdrawal. It's an extra troop. It's only 14, and she's going to put them in. Yeah, I mean, you feel like you kind of have to. But it feels bad because it's like you're not really doing a lot here with this, so it's bad times. Bad spot for Helena. It's hard to not put those in there. Zazibu looks like he's going to win this one here, unless something surprising happens. I mean, it's been a bit of a strange one, this, I'm not going to lie. I haven't been... I think his life has been made somewhat easy. I think some of the players need to take a bit more of an aggressive stand of him in a couple of spots and decided not to. And he's going to profit from this. It seems hard to see how he doesn't win this combat now. Ilban's going to have Spice Must Flow with Recruit Mission. He's going to put him with Reinforcements. And here comes just the rest of the troops here. Now they're just going to barrel in. So it's all of them. He's going to have 29 strength. He's going to win this combat. He's going to win this game. Unless somehow an alliance is stolen, and I don't see how anyone takes the Emperor Alliance. So it looks like it's going to be game over here. What is Ilban doing? Oh, Ilban's going to go selective breeding, is he? And get the point and try and get the Spice of Slow at the same time. I kind of like this. Draws 2 cards. So he's going to get the Spice of Slowness. This is a good spot. Oh, finds Opulence. I don't know how he's trashing 2. Yeah, you've already trashed 1. Oh, no! Oh, it's enough. It's just enough. Okay, Duncan Loyal is just enough to get it. Will not be able to get the Opulence point, however. But it's an extra point for Ilban that I didn't spot. So Helena's going to finish possibly 3rd place here. That sucks. And Beast, pretty confident the game is over, which it really is. Ilban with a good spot there. a very good spot to find second place. So fair play to SALO there. I didn't see that one on hand, but that's going to give him the bonus point there to get him up to 8. It's going to be good for second. I think second's a good result, given the game. I think second is totally fine here. No troops to get rid with Duncan. Does get a couple of swords, however. And not even bothering to put in with reinforcements either. We're on combat now, so it's a bit late. It doesn't really matter. So the game is over. Zazibu wins with 10 victory points. And that is going to be pretty much all she wrote here. Kind of a shame. Kind of a shame here, this game, but it is what it is. So, Zazibu, probably the rightful winner. Orban with a pretty well-constructed last turn to get himself second place then. 3 points for the groups, pretty good. Okko, unfortunately, is going to finish last place here. And Helena with... she has spy satellites for the point. Oh, I do apologize. I'm wrong. Spy satellites for the point is good for 1. Don't need to do that. There are in-game techs here. You can just do it that way instead. So my apologies. So spy satellites is going to get CroCosta the second then. My apologies. SALO third and Okko fourth. We'll go have a chat with the players and we'll see what they make of this one. Curious to see what you guys think about this one. I think there's a lot of I think there's probably some disappointment in this game for some players.
It's been a while since I played, so brushing the dust.
Really great game.
Yeah, I think I'm surprised people didn't go after you a bit more in the mid game. I think you got a little bit of a breather there at a couple of spots. There were some good moves. Helena just shoring up, taking the alliance here was good. Probably was enough to get the second spot here as well. Spice out stuff like that. So, but I think probably rightful winner in the end in this one.
If he did not take that alliance from me, look at my next hand, man. Look at it.
Oh yeah, you were ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, I had to do it. It was for sure.
I'm a little surprised. I thought Yuna was going to take Guild Ambassador from you, and she decided not to. I was a little surprised.
I had a pretty good start of the game, but I had made a lot of mistakes in the mid game. I think. So.
Unfortunately, so. And I think if you watch the video back, you'll likely agree.
Yeah.
This also, I would if Yuna did not take, I would have taken this. So it would be. I think I would have won the last conflict or something, basically, because I would have that thing for -2 on Highline.
Yeah, I think you were probably good for the game, probably as it turned out. But yeah, I think it was a cagey match. I think players maybe a little bit rusty, maybe a little, just trying to kind of not have a really bad result here. I guess was kind of the play. And it worked out to your benefit, so I can't totally fault that. The way it goes. But it was an interesting game nonetheless, and I think you guys will hopefully enjoy watching back and seeing kind of what worked and what didn't. So that's going to do it from us here in Group L. I think there was definitely some missed opportunities in this game, and again, I think the players will go back to it and have a review. I don't think anyone played excessively badly, but there was definitely some chances in the middle game to kind of start trying to capitalize and really kind of get after Beast. I don't think it happened and was kind of allowed to just surge ahead of this game and became kind of uncatchable. Guild Ambassador was kind of surprised that was allowed to go into his hands there. I think that was a definite miss from Yuna. Shouldn't have gone so spice heavy. It's not really Yuna's game. Yuna at the end of the game needs to be getting really conflict heavy and just getting into the scrap here. Not being afraid of the Beast Alliance. You just got to get stuck in. So unfortunately, I think that was an error there from Okko. But I imagine they probably recognize that as it is anyway. So thank you for the company. We will see you, of course, for more action from the Golden Path Internationals as Week 1 action continues. We've got plenty of big games coming up. The big Lannister-Orski and such game from Group B taking place on Sunday. So thank you for your company. Take care of yourselves, and we shall see you all in the next conflict.